Here I am in my tiny little space, staring at creamy white bricks, pushing my back against this wooden sun lounger covered in a blue and yellow checked quilt, sitting next to a barbecue and a tank of gas often used. Nestled near a green plastic box almost full to the brim with leftover concrete from the stand Dad built for our water tank. A blue machine is attached to the tank by a black and blue striped tube. Chains are dangling nearby where the gas used to be bound, and orange hoses wrapped around a plastic creation, serving as some kind of stand or shelf. Black bars, scaled treble clef like up the wall, black steel bars laid symmetrically form a shelf that isn't used at all. Our taps are gold, at least the ones outside are. Some say heaven was going to be like that. I could see grass, clear plastic boxes and pot plants, a herb garden peeking at me out the corner of my eye. A wooden bench built for lovers with a component designed to ease your spinal cord pain. I see palms, agaves, leaves, tall trees where birds perch their nests up high and climbing frames. We've got some of them that curl inwards on both sides to form a slightly love heart-like shape. I can see the glass of the kitchen window from where I'm sitting, but I can't see through into it. Trees extend their hard and twisting fingers to the sky. If you go out on a limb, you may just take a dive into thin air. You could disappear from view in a blink of an eye. I didn't have the strength within me to keep on going, peeking over the fence bound by wooden corrugated iron. The birds move swiftly across the clouds. Sometimes it's that way with us too. Before we know it, we're right back where we started, going to perfect friends to familiar strangers in the blink of an eyelid. I'm a hard target to miss. Flowers decorate a black square pot once serving as some Mother's Day gift offered by my sister as a salve to lift Mum's spirits. This place has a dreamlike quality, an ancient house before anybody bothered to keep record books, so no one can tell for sure when it was built. I wish we hadn't given up our old place, but for sure I'm happy with this one, even though it's a lie that it's impossible to find anywhere on Earth. Mosquitoes don't bite. Could we make it through another night without all the screaming and the fights? The dogs are barking at least they don't bite. Our conversation remains strained like the leaves in our teacups. What did I expect? Wounding so insensitively, there's no perfect way to break up a friendship into tiny little bite-sized chunks. Things are never going to be the same again. Our hearts aflame with love for God, escaping into church to flee the madness of our crazy world. That may not be your particular cup of latte, but all of us are seeking sanctuary in some way, and all of us have skin that's eaten alive by midges. Don't get a phrenologist to feel your bumps and ridges. They won't properly predict your future. They would just waste your time, mess with your peace of mind, and grind you to dust between the blades of their toothy pegs. I can't believe anyone on earth would want to trust me. Please don't stick around. I will only disappoint you and let you down in the end. Why would anyone want to call me friend? After the way I've treated you, I couldn't blame your family if they desire to disown me. You can say I magnify the monstrous and forget about the gentle giant who displays sensitivity towards others' feelings, but in the heat of the moment, fists start flying, and I'm not sure if I can deal being around all that craziness right now, even if I'm never the target. Please don't try to convince me or persuade me to come back again. I know you're crying. I can hear your teardrops on the phone even though I can't see them. I know you know it's useless trying to change my mind when I've made it up about something, even if it kills me. Mama says I should have left my return open-ended instead of setting a date. It's too late to turn the clock back now. If your spouse abides by the conditions I impose on him, maybe I might reconsider being your friend. I'm sorry that it had to come to this. I didn't want to have to smash your heart into a million pieces on my lawn. I can remember you not being able to get away quick enough, speeding off at lightning speed, snatching the goodbye out my mouth, cutting it off mid-sentence. You're not the one in need of repentance. You don't need to be lumbered with his burdens on your shoulders. Don't let him drag you down with him, or kill the blitheness of your spirit. It's not that I want you for myself. I just see him as bad for your health, breathing poisonous vapor clouds into your lungs with every fume escaping from his cranky ears and nostrils. He may be a teddy bear to you, but to the rest of the world who catches him unawares in a moment of passion, he's a dragon. You should be careful getting too close to him. It's already too late to heed words of caution. I realize I've become one of those people on the other side of your love bubble. You can't see his ugly and bad side, only the good and the beautiful. It's not everybody else's fault for treating him the way they do. I'm not saying he's never gonna change, because I'd really like to see all three of you again. But it's been a year and I've seen no evidence other than crocodile tears and incensed reactions at being accused of wrong. Why would you stay with a guy who wants to divorce you and excels at the art of self-justification rather than showing any signs of true repentance and remorse? Sure, he did his time for the crime, paying back society, but he got a much lighter treatment than he deserved, only because you didn't press charges after he bashed and bruised you, forcing his pregnant wife to go to hospital. What if he had killed his child? I know you care about your baby. You didn't drink during pregnancy. Is that true? Is this truly the environment you want him to grow up in? Is it illegitimate birth or abusive parents that can be pinpointed to in search of reasons why he's got a mentally retarded cousin who only ever talks to her mother, can't turn doorknobs, never takes off the same princess dress and confuses names with numbers? Wake up from your slumber, please. Wake up and smell the coffee. Is this a stable home you live in? Your kid's a brat because you never dare to discipline. If he grows up to be a criminal, you can only blame yourself because you never made him hurt for pretending you meant yes when you said no. I know you don't want to deal him savage blows like you suffered your dad smashing you with a guitar. Little wonder you don't shake with fear. If I was you, my eyes would be pouring out rivers of tears, but you've got God to comfort you in life's hills and valleys. I'm amazed by your tenacity. I know he put you through the ringer. He ran away from you and still you loved him. You take turns begging each other to come back again. You fought long and hard to get him to come over to our country. Needed to produce evidence of you both being a couple photographed in the same frame. Photoshop wouldn't have been good enough. Was he worth all the phone cards you bought? Remember when you went especially for the purpose of visiting him and he spent the majority of time with his homies? Well, do you hide your hurts? You bury them, push them down and internalize them. You never let them show for fear that your head might explode in the process. I wish I could have been a better friend to you. How many times are you going to let him do a runner on you before you realise you're no good for each other? You're no good as either friends or lovers, not even as spiritual sisters and brothers of the most distant kind. You should just walk out his life. But you keep telling yourself that God is sure to bring something good out of this pitiful situation. I'm not saying that he couldn't or wouldn't, but you shouldn't subject yourself to his demeaning, cruel words and actions, always making you feel like scum, hiding in the corner, being the first to back down from an argument, because you know he never will, always wondering if you did something wrong. I'm amazed you managed to create a full album's worth of songs in the studio together. I once thought you so compatible, never. Now all I see is combativeness, inspired by his competitiveness and unwillingness to just become the fuel that helps you shine. I know he's proud to call you his own. Who wouldn't be? I know the reason you endure for the sake of your baby's life. Is there any cure to his beetroot-like face turning purple with rage? Angry bull in a cage. He acts like a little child when he doesn't get his own way. Why did you ever get engaged? Yet alone married. I know he was a different person before he slipped the ring on your finger. Yet alone before you carried his baby in your womb. Is he the tomb of your hopes and dreams? What happened to your music and preaching ministry? See how diminished you become, teaming up with a sleaze who only want you for your buddy, who becomes green-eyed, sulking Hulk, comparing his talents to yours and falling far short of the mark. Love is a mystery. Sparks fly between you both. There wasn't a dry eye in the house when we watched you both take your first kisses as man and wife. Sorry I couldn't be there for every moment of your life. This doesn't have to be the end of our friendship, but I can't see a woman suffer and keep it zipped, or stick around and count down the days till your quiet little mouse-like soul has been surrendered to his slaughterhouse. I'm sorry, but I've got to bounce. You can't count me in anymore as part of your gang. Gotta count me out. I've got to be careful who I hang around, 'cause I find myself becoming more creepy. The more I hang around him, the more I feel like he is me. Peace.